Returning from a week-long trip, I had expected a quiet homecoming, maybe a few chores to catch up on. What I didn't expect was to pull up to my ranch and find Karen hosting a full-blown barbecue party on my property, with her family, neighbors, and even some of her HOA cronies. The audacity was breathtaking. I drove down the gravel driveway, clutching my keys, only to find loud music, smoke from grills, and Karen standing in the middle of my lawn, directing her event like she owned the place. I honked, expecting her to realize the absurdity of the situation. Instead, she waved, smiling smugly. "Welcome back," she shouted. "We thought we'd celebrate the new community garden area. Isn't it great?" I slammed the truck into park and stepped out, my boots crunching on the gravel. "Karen, you are trespassing. This is my property. You do not have permission to host anything here. Everyone needs to leave immediately." Her grin faltered, but only for a moment. "Nonsense. The HOA voted, the land is shared, and..." Before she could finish, I noticed the partygoers looking nervous. They didn't know the full story, and that's when I decided to escalate. I pulled out my phone and called the sheriff, giving them a detailed report. Unauthorized gathering, trespassing, and potential property damage. Karen's eyes widened. You can't." By the time the deputies arrived, Karen was frantically trying to assert control, barking orders like she had authority over the law itself. "This is a community space. You can't remove us." The lead deputy shook his head. "Ma'am, this is private property. The owner has requested you leave. You are trespassing. Please comply." Karen panicked and tried to grab her phone to call in a complaint. I calmly stepped forward and explained the situation to the deputies. The HOA's claims were false, the property deeds were in my name, and any resistance would be treated as obstruction of justice. Within minutes, the deputies escorted her, her family, and the other guests off the property. Karen shouted and waved her arms, but no one was listening. The barbecue equipment, left unattended, was collected by the deputies as evidence of trespassing and property damage. After the crowd cleared, I walked the land, checking for damage. Fortunately, only minor scuffing on the grass needed attention. I then set up security measures, reinforced gates, cameras covering the perimeter, and signs making it absolutely clear: private property, no HOA or unauthorized persons. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Karen called 911 repeatedly over the next few days, claiming illegal eviction and assault. But the deputies were already familiar with her antics. Every call ended with the same outcome. She was warned, cited for harassment, and reminded of the legal boundaries she had crossed. By the end of the week, my ranch was peaceful again. Karen's attempt to impose her authority and throw a party on my property had failed spectacularly. Not only was my land secure, but the HOA's reputation had taken another hit in front of the entire community. The lesson was clear. No matter how brazen, no matter how confident Karen felt in her HOA powers, private property rights always prevailed. Trespassers and self-appointed rulers may try to intimidate, but law, preparation, and persistence ensure the land and its owner remain untouchable.